So, I've had a lot of nightmares. So much, in fact, that I might have to make a part 2, but we'll see. In this video, I'll talk about my nightmares that were most memorable and scary. But first, let's talk about nightmares. For those who don't know what a nightmare is, welcome to Earth, but a nightmare is like a dream, but everything goes bad and it's scary. A dream is like the brain making you something special. But a nightmare is when the brain stabs you in the back and produces something ugly and terrifying. Like, why do nightmares even exist? Well, I know why, but why? Well, I guess I should start talking about my nightmares. I won't say them in order because what kind of moron would remember that? But I will start with the first one I remember having. Let's just say, for the sake of this video, that I was 3 when I had this nightmare. So I was on a hill next to a snowy island, but that's not important right now. And there was a house, which seemed to be owned by a cheetah. And at this age, I loved cheetahs. Cheetahs were my favorite animal. Well, now pigs are my favorite animal. So anyway, the cheetah was like, "You should come into my house." And I was like, sure, why not? It's a talking cheetah, okay? So I went in the house, and some parts looked a lot like my house. Then the cheetah showed me a machine, and he said it could give people electric superpowers. But it was not ready yet, and it was super dangerous, and I shouldn't go near it. But when I was in another room, I heard something very bad. Ah, help! I went to see what was going on, and the cheetah was getting electrocuted. Ah, help me! And I didn't know how it happened. Did he fall onto it by accident? I don't know, but I had to save him. So I ran up to him, but of course, when I touched him, I got electrocuted too. I was in the air, but when I looked down, the cheetah was smiling. Then he revealed a big hole in the floor, and it was right beneath me. I fell down the hole and I heard the cheetah laughing, and then I woke up. And that was the first nightmare I remember having. That wasn't scary. Well, this next one will surely give you the creeps. But it wasn't exactly a nightmare. I think it was something called sleep paralysis. For those who don't know, sleep paralysis is when you wake up, but your body still thinks you're asleep, which means you must be dreaming. So now what's usually in your dreams is in your room. But it's not real, it's just an image created by the brain. But when it realizes that you're awake, it's like, oh shoot, he's awake. Then the image disappears like it never happened. So yeah, I think I had one of those. And for the sake of this video, let's just say I was 4. So it was late at night and I was in my parents' bed. I looked ahead of me and there was an orangutan in front of my bed. This was so terrifying. And it was getting closer, but yet staying in the exact same spot anyway. Then beside the bed was a statue of a knight, and it was getting closer. And while this was happening, I'm not even kidding, but I'm pretty sure that there was music playing in the background. And if you're curious, I think it sounded like this. After what felt like hours, it stopped. So you know what I did? I left the room. 'Cause wouldn't you do the same? I ain't sleeping in a room full of demon monkeys. That's just weird. So I went to my own room and slept there. But I didn't dream about anything. Except right before I woke up, an orangutan jumped out and yelled, "Jose!" And I woke up, and to this day, I still can't make out what he said. But I've always assumed it was something like Jose. So that's what I named him, Jose the orangutan. But don't ask me what Jose means, because I have no idea. So anyway, the moment I woke up, my dad came into the room and said, "Oh, there you are." And that's when I realized it was still nighttime. So my dad picked me up and took me back to the scary room. And I knew that the monkey and statue would still be there. So I tried to warn him. But the monkey... Oh my gosh. But my dad was like, "There's no monkey." But of course I knew he was wrong. Once I was in the bed again, they were back. And I just accepted that this was how I was gonna die. When I woke up, it was finally daytime. And I never saw Jose or the statue ever again. I guess that's kinda scary. But that's not a nightmare. You said it was sleep paralysis. Clickbait. No! Stop it. Okay, this next one won't be as scary as the last two, but it's still disturbing enough. So it began with me at my grandparents' house, but then there was a crowd of people running away from something inside my grandparents' house. What? How? Then I saw a couple of people running by me, so I asked them what everybody was running away from. Then they were like, "It's coming! Stay out of its path! Don't look at it or you're done for!" And then they ran away screaming. This was confusing for me, but then something appeared behind me. I turned around and there was a robotic television. And it was dancing. And then something happened and I woke up. That wasn't scary. I didn't say it was gonna be. This next nightmare I actually had twice, so let's start with the first time. I went to bed, but when I woke up, I was on the bottom side of a bunk bed. Outside, next to a freaky house.
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
Not knowing where I was, I got off the bunk bed and saw a fence blocking my exit, so I must be in someone's backyard. But then the door to the house opened, and out of it came a woman who looked a lot like the Queen of Hearts. Then she charged at me, then grabbed me and ate me. But that wasn't the end. I did wake up, but I was still at the bunk bed. Then I went to the gate so I could leave, but the same thing happened again. I tried to escape a few more times, but she always caught me. I eventually woke up, but it took forever. The next time I had this nightmare, it didn't start with the bunk bed of death. It started with me and my family walking outside, but then it became nighttime and my family disappeared, but the bunk bed and creepy house were back. Except this time, my sister is on the top bunk. I told her everything about the woman and how you had to unlock the gate to escape, but it was too late. We did get caught a few times, but I actually made it to the gate and escaped. I ran as fast as I could, but then I realized that my sister was still back there. But then I woke up without getting the chance to save her. Ha! You can't tell me that wasn't scary. Get out. I don't want to see your face anymore. Get out! Okay, I don't think this one will be that scary, but it's scary for me. So I was outside in front of my house, but then I noticed a figure with red hair at the back of my house. I ran over there to see who it was, but nobody was there. But then I realized that the back door to my house was open. I went up to the door to see what was going on, and there was a creature with button eyes standing there, and it laughed at me. I ran away screaming, and then something collided into me, and then I woke up screaming. I hope nobody heard me scream myself awake. Okay, next one. So my teacher told us we were going on a field trip, and of course, dreams are terrible with transitions, so we were already at our destination. And it was the ice island that I mentioned in my cheetah nightmare, so me and my friend decided to explore, and we left the rest of the class. So we walked around for a bit, but then we were attacked by coyotes. It looked like the end, but then another coyote saved us. We thanked the coyote for saving us, and he was like, "No problem. You can talk? You should probably get back to your class because they're leaving." So we went on the boat to go back home, but the boat just sank. Luckily, everyone could swim, but there was a huge pipe drifting everyone in. And while we were floating down the pipe, it split into two paths. Our class went down the right path, but we went down the left tunnel. We fell down the pipe and onto a metal floor. We looked around, and there were stairs in front of us that led to a small room. Suddenly, all the doors closed, and we were trapped. Then these plant things appeared out of nowhere, and they were consuming the oxygen. Soon we wouldn't be able to breathe. I tried to open the doors, but it was impossible. I asked my friend if he had any ideas, but he was nowhere to be found. Even the plant things were gone, and the doors were open. I went a little bit down the stairs, and I barely saw my friend go around the corner of the stairs. I ran down the stairs to follow him, but I entered a weird room. And it was full of monsters. And I noticed a room at the back where I think my friend went. So I walked past the monsters and into the room. And there was a vampire waiting for me. Then he transformed into a bunch of bats, and they were coming straight for me. I picked up a frying pan, and I was ready to fight these bats. But then I woke up. Okay, last one. So I was outside, and I saw a bear in the distance coming after me. I tried to climb a bush for safety, but I couldn't. When I looked back at the bear, there was a pack of zombies in its place. Of course, I'd eventually have to have a dream about zombies. Then my friends came to help fight the zombies. So I decided I would too. But apparently I suck at fighting, and a zombie almost got me, but then my friend saved me. But he got mad at me because he could have got hurt trying to save me. But I was the one who got grabbed by a zombie. Shut up. Now there were too many zombies, so we ran back to my house. But when I looked behind me, there was a zombie driving a car, but it got out straight away. Once we got inside the house, we still had to lock all the doors. So we checked all the doors to see if they were locked, and once the last door was locked, we were safe. And the zombies were like, no! And I woke up feeling pretty good. That's right, I decided to end this video with a happy ending. You're welcome.